And we are live. Hello, hello, everyone. This is Carol Mikowski with the Bold Team on our regular Tuesday evening hangout. So welcome. It's nice to have you here with us. What we're first going to do is go right down the list and introduce our panel members, and then we will continue on from there. We're going to talk tonight about attraction marketing. So let me just randomly go from one end to the other. Catherine, you want to jump in?
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is Catherine. I'm from California, and I've been an internet marketer for about 4 years now, and I can't wait to hear what Carol has to talk about attraction marketing. It's a really good concept, and everybody should know about it. So anyway, thanks for the introduction, Carol.
Sure. Thank you. And then Ellie, who's going to participate in this with me. We're going to kind of do it together.
Hi, Ellie Walsh, upstate New York, on the other end of the house from Carol. And I can actually hear her, and she talks over that way. So, yeah, this is, what the hell is attraction marketing? That's what I said the title should be. We changed it to heck, because it's an extremely important concept. To me, it's about life, okay? And then just live. If you live your life that way, your marketing is easy. So this will be an interesting conversation, I know.
Thank you, Ellie. And Kelly, you want to come out and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm from Western Massachusetts, and I am a longtime contract bookkeeper and accountant, and new to the Bold Team and new to My Lead System Pro. So thanks.
And we're thrilled to have you with us on the team, Kelly. Thank you. And last and certainly not least is Michelle from the Deep South.
From the Deep South. Hey, I'm Michelle Eves. I have been in and out of network marketing now for 20 years.
Woo.
I didn't realize that, and moved to the business online 2 years ago. So I am really looking forward to this webinar tonight because I am still learning attraction marketing, but I think it's practically the only way you can market nowadays, or the only way you should market. So anyway, looking forward to the webinar. Thanks, Carol.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, well, let's get going. And as I said, Ellie is going to interact with me here, and I'm sure she's not a person to mince words. If she has something to say, she's going to jump right in here. All right, with that said, let me get started here. There are several different ways to market in the internet marketing, online marketing world. There's, just as an example, there's direct sales, and then offline there's person-to-person, which they call belly-to-belly, and some people who do that also bring their business online. And tonight we're going to talk about attraction marketing. Now, there's attraction marketing that's pure, 100% attraction marketing, and there's attraction marketing that's a little bit, if you'll excuse the term, bastardized. A few little other things are mixed in with it. And I'm going to talk primarily about 100% pure attraction marketing, and if we get off that, I will say so. Now, basically speaking, attraction marketing is an organic means of marketing. And one of the advantages is that it's not expensive because you can do it without spending any money on marketing. And to my way of thinking, again, this might be a little bit off the purist line, but you could also use attraction marketing along with PPC. I don't see it with solo ads or anything like that. And I'll explain why as we go along. Basically, again, attraction marketing is based on relationships. So it's a slower mode of building your business because it is organic, and you need to take time to build the relationships and the online friendships with people in order for them to follow you and in order to become involved with you and respond to your marketing. So one of the requirements of attraction marketing is to brand yourself, and that is because you want to be seen as you, not your company. You want to be known as who you are by your name, no matter where you are on the net, whether you're in social media, which platform, whether you're in email, whether you're on your blog. You want people to recognize you and be known as yourself. It's very important because this is the way that people will get to know you, people will get to recognize you, and people will make a decision whether they like you and trust you. And if they do trust you, they're going to feel safe with you. And when they feel safe with you, that's when they become your online friends. And it's friends who reveal their problems to other friends. So that's when you begin to learn how you can help people. Now, another bottom line to, I guess this is the bottom line to attraction marketing, is that it's a process of invitation, not persuasion. If you feel pressure on yourself that you're trying to convince somebody of something, if you're trying to persuade them to do something, then you're off kilter as far as attraction marketing is concerned, because it's all based on invitation. You want people to know what wares you have, what products you have, what services you have, and you do that within a context, a relationship, and also context of storytelling at times and revealing yourself. So once you do that, once you put it out there, what it is that you're doing, what you have, then you invite people to come and take a look. So it's casual and it's friendly. So I don't know, Ellie, that was kind of an overall introduction to it, and I'm going to get into a lot more specifics. Anything that you would want to respond to or add to at this point?
Well, I'm laughing at all of this because to me, it's like, isn't this the way life works? And I understand, having to talk about it. But to me, that is the way life works, okay? In essence, what it's saying is what you put out is what you're going to get back. If you're putting out negative, you're going to get back negative. If you're putting out positive, you're going to get back positive. But I've been around the block a few times myself, and there were people out there teaching, in essence, I guess, what you would call persuasion, and I was always uncomfortable with it, really uncomfortable with it. I don't like it coming at me, and I don't like putting it out. And then, sometimes you let your inner voice, sometimes you do it a lot, get stuffed out because they said this is what you're supposed to do, and that kind of marketing is, unfortunately, we tag car salesmen with that, okay, and real estate agents get a bad rep with that, and I don't think all car salesmen stink, and I don't think all real estate agents, obviously I can't think that Carol was a real estate agent at one time, and so was I, so I had my license for a while, but that whole idea of it's like people become somebody else. They become into marketing, and now they start throwing this stuff out there. Persuasion. It's not even persuasion. They're vomiting. Okay, and it's like, whoa, please don't vomit on me. Does that work? And I don't know if I agree with that. What you just said, as far as, can you pure form and whatever, but. PPC, you could do it for solo ads. You couldn't. Well, you can, you can't. Solo ads, by its nature, is not attraction marketing. But once they get onto your list, you know what? The ones that resonate with you are going to stay. All right? I personally, right now, we've done solo ads at one time, and it didn't sit right with me. But there are still people on our list from then. So there's something there, all right? They've stayed around. They are actually opening emails, you know. So, I mean, that's where it would work in the next phase of it, you know. But the idea of it is that pure attraction marketing, you know, whatever, you know, marketing is not. I think it really comes down to how are you putting yourself out there. So I know you'll talk more. Just cut me off, you know.
No need to.
No need to.
All right.
All right.
That's a very good point that you made. Thank you. Why is it I'm getting echo? All
Maybe
right.
from me.
Could be. All right. Yeah, and that brings up the point that attraction marketing is based on a warm market. And yes, you're right. You can take people who come in from solo ads who are what we call cold traffic. They don't know you, you don't know them, you've never had interaction with them before, they've never had interaction with you before. But if they stick around with you for a while, you're right. You can warm them up, and attraction marketing can take place in that context. So I'm going to take a line from the queen of attraction marketing, Diane Hockman, who says, attraction marketing is, I'm looking for people who are looking for me. So I mean that's really says it all. So you're not just spamming your stuff out there to everybody. You just want people who are interested in you. And another point is that she herself does not have a huge list with tens of thousands of people that she works with. She has a smaller list of a few thousand people, and they are a market that she has warmed up over time, has interacted with, has made friends with, and she has a fantastic way of remembering the smallest details about people and can relate to them on that basis. So many people, I don't know how she does it. But so let's take a look at, there's actually a few different points here. I have 7 points out here that regarding attraction marketing. Let's take a look at them. First one is positive language is a huge factor in attraction marketing. And what does that mean? That means that when we communicate, be it on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatever it is, we don't want to be slamming things, slamming people, slamming ideas. We want to look for the positive aspect of whatever it is that we're talking about, and keep our communication on a positive note. We want to position ourselves as leaders, as somebody who would want to follow us, who find us interesting, who find us someone that they can believe in, not someone that they say, ugh, I don't like what they're saying, blah, blah, blah. So we want to keep putting our best foot forward each time that we put a post out, put a communication out, and keep that in mind. No complaining, criticizing. If we have to complain and criticize, we can do that at home or in private with our friends or whatever. But above all, no drama. I remember hearing not long ago a story of one marketer who said that he looked on his wall, on his newsfeed, and he saw a friend of his who was putting out all kinds of, I don't know what to call it, garbage, if you will, about how horrible a relationship with him and his wife was going. And he quickly messaged his friend and said, you got to take that off and stop doing this, because it's not going to do you any favors. So, no matter what hard times you're going through, what difficulties you might be in, keep that private. It's not something that belongs out in the public, because it's not going to help your image or your position of authority in your online business. Along that same line, anybody who's been doing some reading about vibration of a personal development level, you know that the higher the vibration, the more attractive you are to people, the lighter you are, the easier things are, ease and flow of life, of people, of relationships. Whereas when you start getting into negativity, your vibration gets low and heavy and sluggish, and things do not move smoothly and easily. So it's very important to monitor our words and be aware of what it is that we are speaking and saying. And that's pretty much what I would say about language in regard to attraction marketing. Ellie?
Well, I mean, again, to me, it's life. Like, I don't know why people even like separate these. Like, you know, if I wasn't even doing business on Facebook, and I do, because I do business, it's part of my life. It's not even like I don't even have these sections. Okay, it's just a part of like my left arm. You know, I don't want to be. I wouldn't want to be going on Facebook and like reading all this drama crap. You know, I was raised in the era. My mother said, "Don't air your dirty laundry." Okay, so I don't want to read your junk on my Facebook, and I don't want to hear it when I'm online in the supermarket. Okay, like talk low. Okay, if you're talking to your friend, but you know, I don't know. Some people. You know, there's another side of that, because some people will bring up controversy on purpose on their wall, on controversy, not their dirty laundry. Different, all right? You know, because it will get people going. You know, I personally don't even like that. I've seen it kind of work for people. They don't normally do it, but they'll do it here and there. You know, and there's like a game that goes on in that. You know, I'm not a person that talks about that stuff. And if I'm going to talk about something that's bothering me, I'm going to talk about it, you know, privately to somebody. But, you know, my mother, as far as I'm concerned, she was right. She's so happy. She's like saying, oh my God, she's finally saying I was right, right? You know, don't air your dirty laundry. So it's the same thing. So if you're on here, right, and you're saying, I'm building a business and I want to use Facebook to build it, you got to watch what you're doing. You do, all right? You know, now all this political stuff is going on. Okay, I promise you I have a political opinion. Anybody that knows me would say that woman has to have a. I do. And if you all have noticed, you haven't seen it. And the reason why is because I then watch the fight that goes on between people, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not playing that game. I'm not, you know, I'm not really here to try to change anybody's opinion. You have to go look at your life and deal with your life and make your own opinions. I'm not looking to change yours. I'm just looking to live mine. That's it, you know. So I don't get involved in that stuff. You know, and since we're talking about language, I have to say this other thing. You're in business and you're using Facebook, people see you in Facebook, okay? Get your damn games off your wall. I'm not telling you don't play games. I'm telling you to hide them. Because in essence, that's language too. All right, all these games and, oh, this one won this and this one won this, you know, and this one won. And it's fun. And I'm not telling you I don't play games. But I know how to make them not post on my wall. You know, so like just have like a normal, nice person persona. And if that's not who you are, then I don't know what else to say about that. I'm not saying make believe you're a nice person. I'm assuming you are a nice person. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's funny you say that about the games. We were on a training a little earlier today with one of the high earners in the company, and she was talking about posting on Facebook and different ways of making friends with people and what have you. And she pulled up somebody's Facebook wall, and she went on it, and all she saw was games, nothing else, just games. And she immediately said, "No, sorry, you know, enjoy your games, but we don't have a lot in common." So next, she moved on to the next person. So yeah, it's true about the games. Now also, as a second point, life is, and attraction marketing is big on lifestyle. As Ellie says, I mean, attraction marketing it's like life. what's going on in your life you would share with your friends, and what experiences you're having with what you're up to, what have you. And that kind of stuff is good to expose yourself a little bit on the social media, again, so people get to know you, so you can build your relationships, develop your relationships, make your friendships. There's a little bit of a line here. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a fine line, but there's a little bit of a line here. I mean, you don't want to be a braggart. But, by all means, if you went on a cruise, go ahead and talk about it. Say, what you enjoyed about it. If you're going out to dinner, mention it. If you're taking your kids out to the movies or something, go ahead. Let people see that you have a life, that you get out and about. And especially what's interesting, if you could make it obvious, that it's during the week, like on a Wednesday afternoon or Monday late morning, that you're out and about doing things while they're sitting behind a desk or in a cubicle working away. And it kind of makes your whatever you're up to a little bit more interesting for people who might have a taste for this but aren't ready to go for it yet. Go ahead, Ellie.
She knows. I'm like, you thought you were going to get through 7 points. Let's look at why lifestyle is important. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So, like, we know Michelle has this great, adorable dog, Charlie, and he's more famous than her and Mark. So, because we see him all the time in Hangouts, I don't think he's with us today. He's on the floor, but usually he's on the bed, like, sprawled like this. And, that's the same thing. So, Catherine has a little kitten, and she's been doing videos, and taking pictures of her kitten. People see that, and they like kittens. They like people that like kittens. They like Charlies, okay? They like people that like dogs. They like cruises. It's true. I mean, if you're in there bragging, look what I get to do, people don't want to hear your stuff. But please, Carol and I get some of the most likes on pictures, okay, when we're eating ice cream cone. Give me a break. It's an ice cream cone, all right? It wasn't even exotic. It was just a vanilla ice cream cone with chocolate sprinkles. And when Carol had a twist ice cream cone with chocolate sprinkles, and I don't know how many, over 100 likes, all right? So here's what happens. People start to relate to you. Oh, you're a human being. Oh, you're funny. Oh, you like vanilla ice cream. I like vanilla ice cream. Oh, you like dogs. I like dogs. Oh, you like cruises. I want to go on a cruise, or I went on a cruise, or I was in Bermuda. There's a connection being built. There's a connection being built. You go, well, I made that connection with that person 2 years ago. They still haven't bought anything. It doesn't matter. There's a connection being built. You also don't know how many of their friends are seeing your stuff because they interact with you. And it might be 4 more years, and then all of a sudden that person's going to join you in a business endeavor. Okay, so it truly is about relationships. And you truly have to show, your life. I mean, Carol, we get the craziest for the craziest things. There's a video out there that everybody swears we were drunk, and we weren't. All right, I had a beer. It was my first beer. All right, and Carol had a glass of water. They swear to God they said it was vodka. It wasn't. It was truly water. And we were outside, and our property's a little, I don't know, we lost our balance, and we started laughing. And I can't tell you how many hundreds and hundreds of views that video has gotten. And people still talk about it today. So they're like, oh, those crazy ladies, I want to go see what they're doing. It's good. And it is who we are, okay? We're probably, some people think we're crazy. We have a good time. So people that do business with us are people who like our sense of humor, and they probably like to drink beer because I like to drink beer. Okay.
Thanks. And the third point that I wanted to get to is value. 2 things here. Number one, putting out value is a way we can be of service to people by giving them information that would be helpful to them to either start a business or grow their business. And secondly, I just lost my point for a minute here. Let me say. All right, whatever. We'll go from there. So it's important to put out value consistently and frequently. And again, that goes back to the branding, getting yourself seen and known widely out in social media. So with that said, it is recommended to put out posts more than once a day, several times a day. Put out a couple of posts on Facebook. Throw a video out there on Facebook. Put a video up on YouTube and refer to it in your blog. You can kind of cross-reference all the social media with the amount of content and that you're putting out there. Now, what makes content valuable is its relevancy. How relevant is it to the issues or problems or dilemmas or concerns or worries that you think your target market has? So some people say, well, I don't have anything valuable to say. Well, figure out what it is that your target market would be thinking about, would be worried about, would like to have a solution for, and address that. And that's what makes it valuable. It's relevant to them. Now, we talk a lot about, people in general talk a lot about learning a particular social media platform and mastering it. And this is going to sound like a contradiction, but it really isn't. If you can get on several different social media, it doesn't mean that you have to be an expert on each one. It doesn't mean that you have to, post 100 times a day on each one. But if you can maybe throw up a tweet on Twitter and tweet, and put up a picture on an image of some sort on Instagram, or post an image on Pinterest or whatever. And if your main focus happens to be Facebook, then put 2, 3, 4 posts up on Facebook. And if you can get a blog out there a couple of times a week, even every day if you can, but at least a couple of times a week, that's great. So, like I say, you can integrate them and kind of bounce off one to the other, and before you know it, I mean, you're going to be known out there. People are, oh my God, look, she's on Twitter. Oh, look at this. It's an image from Instagram that she just put up, and oh, look at this. She's got a new post up on Facebook, and you're all over the place. Be active. Be proactive. That's the important thing. And here's a big one, and I myself am a little bit lax in this. Create a library so that you always have something to go back to as far as content is concerned if you're out of ideas temporarily or something. Make a folder for the notes that you take, or keep a notebook going with the notes that you take from different webinars and trainings that you're on. Put your videos either up on YouTube, or make a folder for them, or both, so that you can always go back to them, name them so that you know what they are. And you can always repurpose them. That's the question, so where do I get this content, especially if I'm new? I don't really know what to say. Well, look at the trainings that you're going to, and repurpose the trainings, and also give credit to the person who put the information out there. It's common courtesy in the field. You can repurpose your own stuff. If you have blogs from a couple of years ago, and you might want to put something out there, take a look at it. You might want to just update it, maybe change a link, change a reference or something, and repurpose it and put it out there again, because you're building that library, and that's very important to have. It's sort of like a treasure in my mind, or a gold mine that you have. Ellie, you want to jump in on that one or no?
No, I can't stop laughing because you keep telling the people to make a folder, and you hate folders. You hate stuff.
Folders
in a
and
folder. She goes, where's the folder? I don't know the folder. I can't find the folder. What's a folder? I said, oh, this is a file. The file goes in the folder. What's the folder? Oh, no. You cannot believe the arguments we have over folders. And now we both just on our Windows 10. We just got on it. And we're like, holy crap, where's my stuff? She goes, you see? Those folders, we can't find them.
Neither one of us can find them now.
We found them now, finally. It took us a while. It was interesting. But so you keep saying, make a folder. And I think I'm going to fall off my chair any second now. But that is very good advice. Ellie comes in and says to her, make a folder. Then she goes, I don't remember what folder I put it in. That's why she's saying, name the folder. So, you know, again, it really is about, you know, and so there's so many people. Here's what happens here. People go, oh, crap, this is a lot of work. You know, and it is, and it isn't, all right? First of all, it's about living life. It's just about living life. If you're learning the damn stuff, go learn it, and then implement it, and then you can teach it, and that's how you get your content. So, which then gives it back to you, all right? When you're teaching something, writing about it, doing a training on it, it brings it back to you even in a different way, so you get to teach again. So, and it doesn't matter that so-and-so did a training, you know, similar to that the other day on the same topic, because you'll always train differently because we're all differently, right? And we perceive things differently, and we go out to do things differently. But is this slower than so-called buying traffic? See, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to say no. You know, and there are others, and maybe if you're buying gobs and gobs and gobs of traffic, which is a lot of money, then maybe it is. But even in that, this is foundation building.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this says. So if you're just looking to be around for a month or so, seeing to make some fast bucks and then get out of here, you could go put games all over your stuff, and you could talk about your relationship, and it don't matter, you know. But if you're looking to build a true business, and, you know, I mean, behind my idea of building a business is I have a huge passion of reaching out and helping others do the same. So, you know, you're building a foundation. So like that, you say, you know, I have these people and they're on my list for 2 years and they're still interacting with you, and you have no idea what's going to happen down the road because you've built this foundation. And some of them will never buy from you, but they'll recommend you because they really have a connection with you. People that have good foundations, that are good people, that are putting out good content and good vibes, all right, and build a foundation, those are the people other people referred them to, okay? Fly-by-nights, or just jump in and just throw out the next thing that's happening, and if you'll notice, a lot's always happening, right? The next newest and biggest and greatest thing. It's going to make you rich. I don't even know if you have to sleep anymore. You just might have to, you know, take a 10-minute nap and you'll be rich. That's how they, you know, and whatever. Okay, whatever. I don't want to. Those people, other people don't refer to them. They just don't. You have to build a foundation. If you're just in here, fly by night, make and believe, and not really going to build a business, and do whatever you want to do. Okay? Even those people that we talked about before, and you say, well, if you've been doing solar ads, and now they go, oh, does that mean I'm not doing attraction marketing? Here's what the big thing is. If you're just rolling out emails that some upline gave you, and that's all you ever do, okay, yeah, you're right. You ain't doing attraction marketing. But if you have this list, and you go in and start to talk to them like you are, and you give them value from you, and you write a blog post, and then you put it in an email, and you do a video, and you tell them in your email that go watch this video. You are giving them value. Just because they were from a solar ad, you will still end up doing attraction marketing. Well, some of them go away. They always do. As a matter of fact, a huge percentage of them never, ever, ever open your email. Ask me how I know that. So it's like you can, even if you have been doing it this way, you can say, and I have to come into this now and we did a Facebook Live today, our first one. We were talking about the wake up call this morning, and the questions were, who am I? What do I stand for? And where am I going? And when what do I stand for? To me, there's a sub question that says, what do I stand for? Am I presenting myself like that? Because I think a lot of you can answer that question, what do I stand for? But you better be able to then say, oh, am I really presenting myself as that, as what I stand for? And when you can step into those, to me, that's the whole basis of attraction marketing. So I don't care what you were doing over here. I don't care what you were doing. I'm not even telling you not to continue to do that. If you're going to take, that works for you, if you take this list and then you start to be what you stand for and be who you are, you'll start to build, I think, a much bigger, deeper foundation. Okay, I'm quiet now.
And thank you. That's a great lead-in for the next point, number 4, which is to uplift others and be interactive. As we said before, it's important to post frequently and consistently so that you get yourself out there, you get your brand known, people get to know you, etc. And we want to, I'm sorry, I just lost my trend for a second here. You want to uplift other people as well. So when you post out there and you see somebody, even if they're not in your team, even if they're not in your company, and they just said, oh, I hit a new level, I got my pin as a sapphire or whatever the heck it is, you say, oh, congratulations, good for you, uplift people. Again, that's how you make friends, right? You'll make friends by ignoring people and not commenting on their what's the word I want, on the things that they do that help them, but uplift them and be out there on a regular basis. So let me just throw this out a little bit. Does anybody else at this point have something to say before we move on to the next point? Not right now?
Well, I do, actually.
Go ahead.
I'm going to kind of sum up a little bit of what you said, because actually this morning I was doing my meditation and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden it just came to me that, this is, and it's something I've heard before, but for some reason it resonated this morning. This is a relationship connection business. If you don't like people, you should not be in network marketing. And, I fought social media for a very long time. In fact, Ellie recently just talked me into being on Facebook because I just don't like social media. That's not me. But it's a relationship business. You can't just walk up to anybody on the street anymore and approach them about something. Nobody wants to be sold to ever, anywhere, especially online, on social media. And so you need to build a relationship, connect, and then build a relationship. So, of course, it takes longer. But like Ellie said, if you want to be in business, then be in business. It's going to take you a while unless you found this magical thing out there that's going to net you $1 million in the first year, which it's not out there. You got to build a business. And if you're not willing to do that, you shouldn't be in business. So attraction marketing right now is the 2016 way of marketing and prospecting and just getting your business to grow. And, there are still old-time network marketers who will teach the old way of doing belly to belly and all that stuff like that, but there is such a wall up between everybody now. Everybody on the street has this barrier, and it's harder to break that barrier down. So if you just connect with somebody, to build a relationship with somebody and just provide value, then eventually they will be attracted and be curious. You want to build that curiosity. So in my opinion, attraction marketing is the only way to market a business these days. But that's my opinion. So thanks, Carol.
Sure. Okay, let me move on to point number 5, which is communication needs to be other people focused. It's been said, it's widely said, as far as social media is concerned, to be interested rather than interesting. In other words, don't be trying to impress people with, how interesting you are, blah, blah, blah. Be interested in them. And you can chat also. We didn't talk about that, but as well as putting posts on Facebook, and Michelle knows a lot about this, you can chat with people on Facebook, and that's kind of a new wave as far as what I'm seeing of getting to know people and make relationships and friendships. And as you're doing that, what you want to do is try to uncover what difficulties they're having, if any. And they're probably not going to say anything the first time around. Say, "Hi, how are you?" "Oh, I'm fine. I'm having terrible time getting leads." No, they're not going to say that. But it takes a while, a few times back and forth, and they might say what areas of difficulty they're having, what concerns they have, and in that light, that's when you can be of service and offer them whatever content or information you have that would be of value to them. There's an old-time book out there that's pretty good in this vein, and it's written by Dale Carnegie, and it's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it's just kind of old-fashioned courtesy and being interested in other people and showing an interest in them, inquiring about them, about their lives. So, anything on that, Ellie?
I'm very interesting.
Well, you are.
No, I'm not. No, again, to me, I don't know. Like, this is all like common sense, like find out what's going on with other people, listen to them. You're good at this. Carol's good at this because she was a social worker. She loves to ask questions. She loves to get information from people. I'm not as good. It's like, get to the point. So I'm from New York. So, but to me, this is like just be a nice person. Like you said, like that Dale Carnegie book, it's like on old, I guess, I don't know if they're old values. I hope there's still values today, like to be a nice person and respectful, so you don't have to agree with people and you can still be respectful. That's all.
Okay. And the 6th point is using multi-social media channels in order to enhance the attraction marketing. And I kind of touched on this in the very beginning, where again, it's been said to master 1, perhaps 2 platforms at a time, but use the others, even if just cursorily. Just throw a post out here and there once in a while to spread yourself out so that you get known, so that your brand gets known. And a point here is that familiarity is attractive. The more times that people see you, the more that they get to like you, if they're going to, or not like you if they're not going to, and go away. And if they get to like you, they're going to trust you more and feel safer with you. And that's a big one. Once they feel safe with you, then they'll listen to you. And again, not that you're trying to persuade them into anything, but you know, if you want to invite them to webinars or whatever, they're going to say, oh, look, that's Ellie on there. She's asking me, yeah, I like Ellie. Let me go see what she has to say. You know, that kind of thing. And the rest of it we've kind of covered along the way here. So I don't know, anybody want to say anything about that? Yeah. All right. So let me move on to point number 7 and the last one, and that is to be a master inviter in attraction marketing. So again, I touched on this in the very beginning. Inviting is not selling, it's just inviting. It's being casual about your invitations, like you might put a post out there. Hey, every Wednesday there's a great webinar that's free that has fantastically valuable information. It starts at 9 o'clock tonight, this Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, tomorrow night. And you know, if you're interested, come on along and let me know, and I'll tell you how to get there. And you can send them a link then if they ask. But again, you don't want to be throwing links all over the place. You want people to ask for links. I can't tell you how many times every day people send me links that are unsolicited. You know, I'm happy where I am, what I'm doing. Sometimes, you know, just out of curiosity, I'll take a look and see what it is. But I really don't appreciate people just sending me links without asking me first, you know, is this something that you might be interested in or whatever. So that's pretty much what I have to say about attraction marketing. And Ellie, I'll throw it out to you.
Well, I just have to say, you know, I mean, just on that last thing, and, you know, I get people's links, and, you know, they just slam me with stuff before asking me if I'm even interested. And, you know, that's that whole thing when we go back to engage with people and find out. Sometimes some of these people come and say things to me, and you go, you friended me, you're now in my message box, and what they're saying to me, if they had just looked at my wall. So you don't even know me. You know, so, I mean, I guess if there are people that do that, they just run down a list and they just want to friend everybody, you know, I'm like, we should have something in common. Now, even sometimes the fact is, well, we're all in internet marketing. You'll see that, all right? Sometimes I have 108 friends that are the same friends, you know. Oh, okay, somehow they're probably in internet marketing because in some way or form, you know, so many of my friends are. So, you know, but like, find out a little bit about me. Don't just, if that works, it works for a small portion, okay? It works for a little time, and it's not a foundation. What you're building a foundation is, in essence, most people would call you a spammer, okay? So you have a foundation of spamming. So if you want to, I don't know, have a business in spamming, I guess that would be good, but it just doesn't make sense. Ask the person. I'm not saying not to tell people about your stuff. Find out what's going on and ask them, gee, would you be interested in looking at this? They say yes or they say no. They say no, you go, cool, because you never know down the road what you all might do business together in, okay? They say yes, you say, good, I'll send you my link. Like, this is not rocket science. It's and you've now, when I get those stuff from those people, some of them I unfriend right away, okay? Because it's like, I don't really want to do business with you. You know, some of them I know, and I know they're kind of new, and I'll go back and say, what are you doing? Like, don't do that, all right? And so then they do, it's fine. If not, like, after a while you can block people. And so to me, that's really the crux of what we're talking about here. Again, I swear it really just comes down to, can't you just be like a human being and a nice person and do business at the same time? That sums it up as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Maybe everybody else kind of add something.
You brought up a good point there too, that in terms of getting out there and being active on social media, you want to build your friendships.
Right.
You want to make a lot of friends on Facebook and any of the other media, whichever media it is that you choose to use. I talk about Facebook a lot because that's the one that I use primarily, and I like it the best. But you don't have to have indiscriminate friends, like Ellie just said. But you want to have as many friends as keep building your friendship, keep building your friendships up, because that's how your information gets out there. That's how it gets out there. And when you're going to chat with somebody, if you're going to chat with somebody, for God's sakes, take a look at their wall first and see if what you have in common, like Ellie just said. Maybe they live in the same state that you live in. Maybe they've traveled to the same place. Maybe they have a dog that's like yours. Maybe they were in the same kind of work that you used to do before. Whatever. See if you can find some kind of commonality, and relate to that. And that's how you can open the conversation and start off. And it might just end up with just chit-chatting about whatever. It might not even get into business in the beginning, but you might have made a friendship there and connected with people, and that's what we're looking to do. So let me shut up for a while. Anybody else want to say something?
I will. So I'm just kind of going to summarize what you've said. Attraction marketing is you're attracting yourself to other people, or attracting other people to you. They like what you say and your value that you're giving, by showing your lifestyle and giving lots of value. That's what I think that's attractive marketing is. You're attracting yourself to other people, or the other way. I mean, attracting others to you. They're looking at your life and saying, "Oh, I'd like to be with her or him." So
yeah, well, it's kind of a mutual thing. I think you're right there. You're attracted to them, and they're attracted to you.
Right.
So yeah, it's a good point. You said it in a nutshell there, Catherine. Thank you. All right, Ellie, you want to take us on out of here?
Oh my God, we do. We're 8 minutes to the hour. So again, we call it, like, what's this attraction marketing? As far as I'm concerned, it's like being a decent human being, okay, treating people the way you want to be treated. Think about that, all right? You don't want people shoving stuff at you. You don't want people throwing links at you. You don't want people vomiting their business on you. So just treat people the way you want to be treated. I know for us, gathering content and being able to be positive and uplifting, we're in a community. We're in a great community, and you were talking, so it provides that foundation for us, and plus we have our smaller team here. This is just a portion of us. I don't know, if you're out there by yourself doing business, it can be lonely. It can be difficult. So you do get kind of draggy. You do feel like, oh, everything's against me. When you have a team you're working with, then there's people always there. Somebody's there. You start to feel down. Somebody's there to uplift you. And somebody's there to say, no, it's not a big deal. Here's the answer. So, and you hit that point several times in here. It's about branding you. We work within a system that's what it teaches us, to brand us. And if you're in a network marketing or an MLM, I promise you, they're not teaching you to brand you. They're teaching you to brand them. They're teaching you to brand their products. Look, I ain't beating that up, okay? That makes sense. They're in business. They're in business. You really want a system to learn how to truly market, how a system that is based on attraction marketing, a system that teaches you how to brand you, and a community like that is built right in. If that's appealing to you, you see, I'm going to invite you. If that's appealing to you, there's a button down here. Or get with the person that invited you here. That's what we do. Because here's the deal. We did this hangout whether it's interesting, whether you want to join us or not. Hopefully you got value from this for whatever you're doing. That's our goal, all of us here. I hope you got value from this. This will sit out here now for the next week. So, at any point you have a question, you can put it in the question box. You can get with any of the people here or other people that are on our team, and you can ask them the questions. You know what? I'll give you the answers. I'm not going to say, here's my link, here's my link. None of these people are going to do that either. Here's the real deal. I only truly do want to work with the people that want to work with me. That makes my life easier, happier, okay? And you know, I know that that's what we're all about. So if that's an interest to you, go ahead and get in touch with the person that invited you here. We are here on every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be back next week. So let's take out of here. Let's say goodbye.
There's a wrap. So, all right. And we'll bid everybody adieu. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you, panel, for being here. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.